Good evening, Big Blue Nation. It's Lee, that Kentucky basketball chick. It is Friday, March 20th, 2026, and the Kentucky Wildcats had a basketball game, y'all. Oh my gosh. That's all I can say, really. Oh my gosh. The cardiac cats are alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into the game. Y'all, it was I wanted to throw up. Let's just put it that way. I felt like I could have thrown up. It was very exciting. I can say that. It was very, very exciting. Absolutely wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I say that. I would rather have a 20-point lead with a minute and a half to go. Not what we experienced today. But it doesn't matter because guess what, everybody? The Kentucky Wildcats are moving on. We are moving on to the field of 32, and we play Iowa State on Sunday. We do not know the time yet. But before we get into the Iowa State game, let's kind of talk about the Santa Clara game that we just had today. We tipped off at, 11:15 p.m. Central Time in St. Louis. I live about 3 hours from St. Louis. I really wanted to be there. My husband owns his own business, and he couldn't be away from work because he's been away for a while. We've got a vacation coming up, or I would have been there. Still trying to figure out how we can go Sunday, but I don't think it's going to happen. But we were at home. I was at my dad's house, my mom and dad's house, watching it with him. My dad is a huge basketball fan, college basketball fan. He played, so it's fun to watch college basketball with him. And I was nervous, but I didn't think we needed to be nervous about Santa Clara like the game maybe we should have been a little more nervous, honestly, because it was too close for comfort, in my opinion. The first half, I will say, neither team really shot the ball very well. It was 31-29. We were trailing by 2. Aberdeen hit some really good shots. I mean, we all had to have some shots. But we weren't really making good shots, to be honest. I mean, on our side, the shot selection was not good, in my opinion. I felt like we were settling for contested threes when we should have worked a little bit harder to get our offense to take off. While that was happening, it just, it was just know how it is. Chandler wasn't making his threes. He was 0 for 5, I think, in the first half, which really concerned me because if you listen to KSR like I do, they basically said that Chandler needed to come alive. Aberdeen and Oweh needed to have a really good game, and Chandler needed to make at least 2 or 3 threes. He made 1. But he did get a dunk that really, really helped us in the second half. So he still got 5 points. I would have liked to see him in double digits, and it would have been more comfortable. But neither here nor there. We still won the game. Oweh, I think, in the first half, he hit his first 3, and it was like, I'm going to take as many as I can. And maybe that wasn't really what he was thinking, but as I said, they were settling for contested shots instead of really working to open up the offense. Y'all, it was BG time in St. Louis. Let's just put it that way. Especially that second half. He played great. He had, I think, 10 points, 6 blocks. And 2 of those blocks were in overtime. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then Mo Diabate, I think, had a really good game too. 17 points. He rebounded the crap. He is probably one of our best rebounders that we have. If we are being honest here. Yelly, I don't think was really in the game. He did get some crucial rebounds. Malachi Moreno did not have a good game. And in fact, if you listen to the locker room interviews, he even said, I didn't have a good game. But Brandon Garrison did, and he stepped up when he needed to. So I'm hoping we have a good Malachi Moreno game on Sunday. So let's talk about the sequence that happened there at the end of regulation, because I think that's what everybody's going to remember. We were down 68. Oweh goes and drives and gets downhill like he does, like he did last year against Oklahoma, and gets a bucket to tie it to 70. So it's 77-70. I think there's like 9 seconds on the clock. I'm literally in my parents' house saying, okay, just defense. Play really smart, play good defense, do not foul, and do not let them get a shot up. Well, what do? They let them get a 3 and they sink it. I mean, they sink it. And I think the whole state of Kentucky just went, we're going home. Our March Madness run is over. It wasn't a run at all. All the sports analysts were right. All the announcers were right. And then Oweh gets the ball and says, we're not going home yet. 2.4 seconds on the clock. He gets it down, hits a 35, 40-footer, almost a half-court shot, banks it in, and we're going into overtime. They, of course, review it because they got to make sure there's, A, no more time on the clock, and then, B, make sure he got it out of his hand. And he clearly got it out of his hand. Now, the big thing right now is Santa Clara's head coach kept saying, I was trying to get a timeout. I think he used the word unequivocally, I think is what he said. If I'm saying that right, quoting that right, he said, basically, I was trying for a timeout. If you rewind the video, he started trying to get a timeout after Denzel had the ball. Once it is inbound or the Kentucky has the ball, he could not get a timeout at that point. But again, he's also a veteran coach. He should have said something to the ref that he was closest to. Like, they do that. They're like, I'm going to call a timeout. And then there you go. Did not get the timeout. We go into overtime. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes of free basketball in March Madness. Let's go. BG had 2 of the biggest 3-point blocks without fouling that I have seen. And y'all, it was BG time in St. Louis. It just was. I'm going to keep saying that. And it gave us the opportunity to get ahead. Mo Diabate had some clutch free throws to help us get ahead. And I'm just so proud of this team. I really am. I think Mo had 17 points. Brandon Garrison had 10. But y'all, Oweh had 35 points in this game, a career high. And I am going to so miss watching him play next year. I hope Brandon Garrison comes back, and it might be controversial, but I hope Mo comes back because I know all of them had their struggles at the beginning of the year, but y'all, they're now playing together and trying to win. That's what they're doing. And I know a lot of people have given, BG a hard time. I have loved BG from the beginning. I think he is just amazing, and I think we're like I've said, BG made some big plays, and then like at the end of the game, he fouls with 2 seconds left. That's BG. BG giveth and BG taketh away. And he's just, I don't know, he's a knucklehead, and sometimes it's endearing when I say that. Like, I don't care. I love BG. He has had some big games lately, and he is I hope he comes back next year. You can put that on record. I hope BG comes back next year. I do. And I think, said on this podcast at the beginning of the year that, like, hey, he can't play if he's going to play like this. We've had too many turnovers. He's not hustling. And Pope benched him, lit a fire underneath him, and now here he is. He's here. And I hope we have another good game with him on Sunday. We play Iowa State on Sunday. I don't know the time yet. We'll know later tonight. Woo, y'all. Iowa State is pretty good. Not unbeatable. We can beat them. Just like Santa Clara, we can beat them. But we are going to have our A game, and I'm hoping that's what comes up. I hope Denzel, Oweh, and Chandler, all three of them. Chandler has got to come alive, and I think Iowa State's the game. Malachi Moreno is going to have a better game as well, and Yelly too. So I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. This is going to be great. We'll just see what happens. We did find out that Iowa State's their best player. He sprained his ankle during his game against Tennessee State. Don't know if he's going to play or not. We'll see. But even if he does, I'm still rolling with Kentucky. I'm still saying they're going to win. And for all those naysayers out there that said that we were going to get bounced in the first round, what happened? That's right. Kentucky is moving on. And y'all can just stop. Y'all can just shut up, frankly. Because we're moving on. We beat Santa Clara. It wasn't pretty. Should have been by like 15, but we still won. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Survive in advance. We've got Iowa State on Sunday. I believe we are going to win. It's just an exciting time. I love March Madness. There's been some great games tonight and yesterday too. Some great games. Some upsets, but some closer games that weren't upsets, and I love it. I could watch basketball all day. My husband knows during this time it's basketball. That's it. But yeah. All right. We'll see what happens Sunday. Let's go, Cats!